Well, in 1911, the state of Minnesota moved from one-room schoolhouses to consolidated schools. The old Nary Schoolhouse outside Bemidji is one of the first consolidated schoolhouses and now one of the few remaining. For this week's In Focus, Jamil Donath tells us how community members are working to restore the school to its original form.
This room looks quite a bit the same as it did.
In 1971 to 1972, Wayne A. Hoff attended second grade in this very classroom.
It was a grades 1 through 12 school.
Now the former student is leading the effort to restore and preserve his old school as a historic landmark.
Our goal is to try to get the whole building into a performing arts center and a community center.
Built in 1919, the Nary Schoolhouse was one of the first consolidated schools in the state.
There aren't a lot of these left, so especially ones that are still in public ownership.
After Hoff left in '72, the school closed down. Since then, the building has been used as the Helga Township Hall and Nary Community Center.
Every little town should have a place where it's the heart of the community and people can come in.
About 2 years ago, Hoff and others began the process of nominating the Nary School to be listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
That's kind of the credentials that it needs to apply for other grants and funding that's needed to bring it back into shape.
The auditorium here on the second floor is considered the showpiece of the Nary Schoolhouse, mainly because it has the fewest modifications out of all the other rooms in the building.
It's a place where everyone can gather and make music or theater or whatever they do.
The stage, band instruments, even the piano are all originals from when the school first opened.
The wall on the end of it's about as big as a locomotive.
And quite possibly the most impressive feature still remaining, the massive 20-plus foot boiler that still heats the two-story structure to this day.
This building can be saved and used for all these functions again. It's like taking us back to a time that was really very important and holding on to a bit of it.
Already, minor refurbishments such as painting doors and windows, replacing curtains, and polishing the floors have started to breathe life back into the historic schoolhouse.
My role in this has been to try to get the building kind of minimally usable so that we can get people in here to see its features.
But most of all, bringing life back to the building.
Those buildings that have survived because they're in use. That's how they make it into the future, is with people using them.
For this week's In Focus, Jamil Donath, Lakeland News.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.